Welcome to the journey of discovery and transformation, where the stars guides us beyond judgments to our most authentic essence. Today, we will explore one of the most mysterious and misunderstood aspects of astrology, Lilith, the Black Moon. This point in our birth chart is where our brightest light meets our deepest shadows. In astrology, Lilith symbolizes the dark corner of our psyche that is often judged or misunderstood by others. It is where our true strength lies, the one that defies norms and questions conventions. But what happens when the world reacts to this powerful and rebellious energy within us? In this video, we will unravel how the projections and judgments of others about our Lilith energy can shape and sometimes distort our self-perception. We will learn to identify these external influences and separate them from our true identity. I invite you to rediscover and embrace your inner Lilith, that part of you that is authentically powerful, independent, and unbreakable. In our previous videos, we explored the different phases of Lilith according to the zodiac sign in which it is positioned. You can find those episodes in the playlist included in the description below. Today, we will delve even deeper, exploring how Lilith influences the perception others have of us, depending on the astrological house in which it resides. Prepare to discover how this enigmatic force impacts the different areas of your life and your relationships. In the depth of our birth chart lies a powerful and often misunderstood figure, Lilith, the Black Moon. More than just an astrological point, Lilith is our personal guardian, the fierce defender of our authenticity and personal truth. Through its influence, it teaches us to face and embrace our shadows, those parts of us that society may reject or misunderstand, but which are essential for our individual integrity. Lilith operates under a transformative premise. Rejection is divine protection. In her esoteric wisdom, she shows us that every rejection we face is a lesson and a redirection. Rejection is not a sign of failure, but a signal that we are being diverted from paths and connections that don't resonate with our true self. It is a protection against the influences and energies that could dilute or divert our deepest essence. With Lilith as our guide, we learned to interpret rejection not as an end, but as an opportunity to redirect our lives towards something more authentic and life-giving. She challenges us to ask, is this rejection protecting me from something I truly do not need or want? Is it freeing me towards something that is more truly mine? Now I invite you to explore the typical phrases that people with Lilith in each astrological house tend to hear. If you know the position of Lilith in your birth chart, start there to identify situations in which your authenticity might be being controlled, attacked, or suppressed, a reflection of the challenges Lilith faced in mythology. If you're unsure of your Lilith position or if you desire a broader understanding, consider listening to the phrases associated with all Lilith positions. This will not only help you understand how you might be limiting the expression of others, but also how sometimes, without realizing it, we contribute to the challenges others face. Moreover, exploring all facets of Lilith will allow you to recognize and accept the multiple ways authenticity manifests. By doing this, we not only foster an environment of greater acceptance and understanding among us, but we also open doors to discovering the true essence of humanity. Embracing all expressions of Lilith in the zodiac is a step towards creating a better and more understanding world, and it invites us to celebrate the diversity and depth of what it means to be human.
Warning, the following phrases might be triggering. I recommend listening with discretion.
You always have to be the center of attention, don't you? Sometimes, your independence intimidates others. You're too direct, you should soften your approach.
You don't seem to care much about money. Your way of handling money is not the most practical. Why don't you value what you have?
Sometimes, your words can be really hurtful. You have interesting ideas, but they're a bit radical for my taste. Why do you always question everything?
You don't seem to need anyone. I don't understand why you always have to complicate things at home. Always creating drama at home, can't you give it a break?
Why do your hobbies always have to be so controversial? Sometimes, it seems like you're playing a character. Your way of having fun isn't for everyone.
Your approach to work and daily routine is a bit intense. Why do you always have to do things the hard way? You can be too critical of details.
Your relationships are always so complicated. It seems like you attract drama in your relationships. It's not always easy to work with you.
Your intensity in personal relationships can be overwhelming. You're always exploring the dark sides of things, aren't you? You get too deeply involved in emotions, you should take it more calmly.
Your opinions can be quite provocative. Not everyone has to agree with your weird theories, you know? Why do you always have to question everything people believe?
Your ambition can sometimes be a bit intimidating. It seems like you're willing to do anything to get to the top. Your focus on your career isn't always well received by everyone.
Sometimes, I feel like you don't care about fitting in with us. You're a leader, but not always in the direction others would expect. Sometimes, your ideals are a bit extreme.
There's something about you that I can't fully understand. You seem to be carrying a very heavy load. Are you okay? Why are you always interested in such dark topics?
The things we say to each other, huh? It is indeed true that we often suppress our authenticity due to criticism, and this is a fundamental aspect of Lilith's influence in our lives. When criticism comes from others, they can make us feel insecure about our most unique and personal qualities, especially those that are already vulnerable to judgment, due to Lilith's nature of challenging social norms and expectations. So let's see how to navigate criticism and protect our authenticity. Recognizing the source. Understanding where criticism comes from is crucial. Often, criticisms are more a reflection of the critic's own insecurities, prejudices, and discomforts than a fair assessment of our actions or character. Strengthening self-esteem. Building solid self-esteem is key to being able to withstand criticism without it deeply affecting us. This includes consciously working on valuing our own opinions and feelings above external approval, filtering useful feedback. Not all criticism is malicious or useless. Learning to filter constructive feedback from destructive comments can help you grow and improve without suppressing your true self. Building resilience. Developing resilience against negativity allows us to maintain our authenticity even in challenging environments. Resilience can be cultivated through practices such as meditation, personal reflection, and the support of a community that values you. Positive internal dialogue. Maintaining a positive internal dialogue is essential. Reminding yourself of your worth and your strengths can counteract the impact of external criticisms. Redefining Lilith. Seeing Lilith as not as a source of conflict, but as a symbol of your power and unique authenticity can transform the way you face criticisms. She represents the part of you that is untamed and free, qualities that should be celebrated, not suppressed. Lilith's influence teaches us that living authentically can be a challenge in a world that often values conformity over individuality. However, it also reminds us that there is a great strength and freedom in accepting and expressing our true nature. Criticisms can be tough to handle, but they can also be opportunities to further affirm who we are and to live fully and unapologetically. By embracing our inner Lilith, we can find the courage to be genuinely ourselves despite external pressures. Now, let's briefly look at what does Lilith mean in our astrological houses. In the first house, Lilith encourages us to be true to our identity, even when others may feel intimidated by our authenticity. In the second house, she protects us from pursuing values that do not belong to us. In the third house, she frees us from superficial communications to find our own voice. In the fourth house, she guides us towards a true home, one that resonates with our spirit. In the fifth house, she empowers us to express our unique creativity and find pleasure in our singularity. In the sixth house, she helps us find rituals and daily routines that honor our body and spirit. In the seventh house, she teaches us how to wait for relationships that respect our wholeness. In the eighth house, she invites us to confront our shadows and transform our crises into opportunities for growth. In the ninth house, she encourages us to seek our deepest truth and expand our horizons. In the 10th house, she motivates us to pursue a career that truly reflects our life's mission. In the 11th house, she challenges us to find communities that celebrate our individuality. And in the 12th house, she assists us in reconciling with our unconscious, guiding us towards healing and spiritual integrity. Lilith, our spiritual guardian, is not here to make life easy for us, but to make it truly ours. She invites us to live courageously, to embrace each rejection as a disguised blessing, and to walk a path that is fearlessly and authentically our own. As we explore the position of Lilith in our birth chart, we not only discover the areas of life where we may face rejection and criticism, but we also unlock valuable clues about our soul's purpose. Lilith challenges us to be true to ourselves, to embrace our individuality, and to express our deepest truth without fear or apology. This authenticity is not just an act of personal courage, but an essential component for achieving harmony with the entirety of our being. Lilith in our chart represents that inner voice urging us to break from conventions, to challenge social norms, and to confront those parts of ourselves that others may find uncomfortable or even fear. By accepting and embracing Lilith's role in our life, we are not only affirming our unique identity, but we are also taking critical steps towards fulfilling our soul purpose. Understanding and working with Lilith help us integrate all parts of our being, leading to a fuller and more authentic life. Pursuing this level of authenticity is challenging, yes, but it is also incredibly enriching and essential for reaching our soul's true purpose. And something very important we must remember, Lilith emerged from us naturally. It is not an external force or a challenge that we must overcome or suppress, but an essential part of our being. Lilith does not need to be tamed, it needs to be honored. When we allow Lilith to manifest freely, we are allowing our deepest authenticity to be expressed without barriers. Honoring Lilith means accepting our shadows as much as our lights, recognizing that every part of us has value and purpose. This acceptance not only frees us from the chains of external judgment, but also strengthens us and prepares us to live according to our soul's purpose in a more complete and harmonious way. So, instead of trying to contain or mold Lilith to fit into preconceived expectations, I invite each of you to listen to her, learn from her, and allow her to guide you towards a life of greater authenticity and purpose. Honoring Lilith is honoring the entirety of who we are, and by doing so, we open ourselves to a richer and more resonant life in every sense. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of Lilith in our lives. I hope this journey towards understanding and accepting your inner Lilith inspires you to live with courage and authenticity. Thank you again for watching this video, and until next time.